What's up everybody, welcome back to the Art Crypto, the birthplace of absolutely legendary gains. In this video we are going to take a look at Cardano and why I believe that Cardano has a very good chance of blowing up within the next 2 weeks. And so if you're interested in finding out exactly how that will happen and exactly where Cardano is going to go, then make sure you stick around to the end of this video. But right before I get into it, if you haven't already followed me on Twitter at @_theartofcrypto, you're going to want to do so. This is where I'm not only sharing some trade updates, this is where I'm sharing some trades that I usually wouldn't call on YouTube due to time constraints, and just any coins that look good I'm going to call on Twitter. So make sure you follow me on Twitter if you want access to not only the latest market updates but these coins as well. SRM is actually absolutely popping off right now, and let's just say it is a fun time to be alive right now. ADA, let's get into it. So immediately right off the bat, I'm going to draw this little trend line right there, and I know that there has been a few times that it has wicked out of this trend line, but overall this is still a consolidation pattern, right? If we look at the daily chart, this is still going to be considered a consolidation pattern. And if you follow my channel for any amount of time, you know that I always like to talk about the fact that markets move in phases of expansions and consolidations, expansion, consolidation, expansion, consolidation. And this is the consolidation that I like. Full disclosure, I have already gotten into ADA at this point before the breakout, and this is something that I have called in my 10k to 100k challenge, including SRM. So if you would like to follow along with the 10k to 100k challenge, make sure you consider joining the Discord group. But otherwise, let's continue on with ADA. So at the moment, I am actually looking forward to October being a really good month. If you watched the video that I made yesterday, you know I talked about how October has historically been a very, very bullish month for crypto. And I said that out of the 9 years that there were Octobers with crypto, 6 of these years crypto actually pumped, right? It was a bullish month, and 3 months it actually dumped, and even when it dumped it wasn't much, right? You can see just -4% and -13%. Meanwhile, the bullishness is generally very, very strong. So not only that, but if I go to the total chart, right, this gives you the total market cap for crypto. I just want you to pay attention to this, right? Usually the first 2 weeks of every month, right, the beginning 2 weeks of every month, I just want to show you this, right? November the 1st, right, the first 2 weeks pumps, right? First 2 weeks you get a pump, first 2 weeks you get a pump, first 2 weeks you get a pump, 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 pump. And then the second half of the the months, they usually consolidate, right? They go down, they chill around. But generally the first 2 weeks of every month, like if all you did was like sell starting the 15th of every month, right? That's the second week of every month. You just place a short, and every first of the month you just place longs. You would generally do very well, right? Just according to this theory right here. So the month of October, coupled with the fact that October is it's a pretty bullish month, gives the indication that hey, perhaps ADA along with other coins are going to be doing really well. And talking about other coins, I will be making a video soon about the top 5 coins that you would want to hold during October in order to get the biggest gains, right? Something like that. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for when that video drops. At the moment though, I'm really going to want you to mark down this level on ADA at 2.14, because this is like the breakout level, right? You buy the breakout here, and then right now it is coming back down to retest this. So if I just go onto the 1 hourly chart, you can see that you got the breakout, and right now you are coming back down for a retest, right? So in the event that ADA comes back to 2.14, this is going to be your entry number 1. And in this case, your stop loss would actually be placed below this swing low right here, either there. Me personally, I would place it right there, right? Even though it's a 6% stop loss, but it gives your price enough wiggle room in order for it to do its thing. So this is where I would place a stop loss, right, at about $2. And then the take profit targets. Now granted, I made these take profit targets on the daily chart, so these are going to be really strong levels that you're going to want to pay attention to, right? These resistance lines are going to be 2.3, 2.44, 2.56, 2.7, around 2.8, 2.9, 3.08. These levels are going to be strong levels where you are definitely going to want to take some profit if you were already in ADA, right? Now that you understand how this trade setup is going to go, and now that you understand that, hey, you could buy the bullish retest. Now, the second thing that you have to understand about ADA is that if we just go onto the daily chart, right, you can see that throughout since basically the beginning of September, right, we formed lower highs, right? That's a high, that's a high, that's a high, that's a high, right? And throughout the month of September, we have been forming lower highs and lower lows. So in order for ADA to start putting in bullish market structure again, it would need to first put in a high low, which it did, right? This is a high low right here. But now the second step is going for ADA to put in a higher high. And in this case, you would really need ADA to break above 2.45 in order for ADA to really be considered bullish over the next few months, right? If something happens on the daily chart, right, chances are it's going to take, like, let's take a look here, right? It took about 30 days of bearishness, right? So if you caught this dip right here, then you would have had 1 month of bearish price action for you to place your shorts at. And at the moment, we have fulfilled one condition for bullish market structure, but we have not gotten the second condition. Once we get the second condition, I'm going to be much more comfortable saying that, hey, ADA might be going back to its previous all-time high. But at the moment, until we break this level, we should still assume that we are in bearish market structure, but we are starting to switch bullish. Now, of course, this is all happening on the daily chart. If we go down to a lower time frame, then this will be like, the zoomed in perspective is going to give us way more data. But at the moment, we are going to stick with the idea that the key level for ADA to break is going to be at 2.46. Now, if ADA is able to break 2.46, then I will be very comfortable saying that it is going to go back to at least $2.8, because this is a previous high. And the reason why I expect these previous highs to get attacked is, think of it this way, right? Most of the money in crypto is from institutional investors or whales, right? It doesn't matter if like 1,000 of us retail traders try to get into a coin or something and try to push it up, right? If it's a large cap coin like ADA, chances are we're not going to make much of a difference. So basically what you need to understand is that the markets is, the daily trading volume in the markets is made up of, like, I don't know, 50 to 80% of algorithms, right? It is mostly algorithms making up the bulk of daily trading volume. So these bots are developed by, hedge funds and institutional investors. And so it would make sense that if these moves were created by these bots and institutional, like, just big boys, right? The big money, right? The smart money. Assuming that that is the case, then wouldn't it make sense that if we just simply followed what they were trying to do, we would be at least more successful than if we were just trying to figure things out by ourselves, right? That makes sense. The reason why I expect these previous highs to get attacked as long as we're bullish is because we have just placed in a higher low right here. And assuming that the algorithms have already switched bullish because they have already wiped out all the liquidity here, right? All the liquidity below this level already wiped out, right? And by liquidity, I just mean, like, if somebody were to be long on ADA, like somewhere about here, right, where would they logically place the stop loss? I would assume right below this level, right? And you have to really understand, right? This is all calculated. Look at where this wick came down to, right? It clears out all the liquidity and then it bounces, right? This wick right here, right? It clears out the liquidity right below this level, right? Over here. So it's all calculated, and it's something that you just need to accept. And the sooner you understand that this is a thing that happens in the markets, like, the better, right? So that at least you're prepared for it. So assuming that we are already bullish, that means that we are about to go and target the liquidity that is in the buy side, right? The buy side liquidity. And by that, I mean, like, if you were short on ADA, where would you logically place your stop loss? I would assume above this level, right? That's what I mean by buy side liquidity, because once you get stopped out of a short, you market buy, right? So buy side liquidity. So over here, you have a lot of buy side liquidity, and as long as you are bullish, you are going to attack these zones of liquidity, right? I always like to say that all the markets are is it's just gyrating between this, like, it's just gyrating between zones of liquidity, right? Wherever there has the most liquidity, it is going to be attracted to that area. At the moment, there is only two possibilities that could happen. The first of which is if ADA does break $2, right? If ADA does break $2, it would mean that this low right here would not be a protected low. It means that order flow is still remaining bearish, that we are not in bullish, like, order flow yet. And by bullish order flow, I just mean, like, you're not going to go attack all the previous highs yet. So in this case, if we were to get stopped out, like, if we were to get cleared out of this liquidity, there is a very good chance that we are going to test, like, some more liquidity zones below, and that liquidity zone would fall somewhere in between $1.85 and $1.66. Now, if you do get to these levels, right, I'm just going to mark it out for you. If you do get to about 1.9 and 1.7, you are going to want to buy some ADA, right? In the worst case scenario, worst case scenario, if you get to 1.5, you are absolutely going to want to buy some ADA, because these are, like, it's just going to wick really quick and it's going to bounce, right? That's how it usually happens, right? You look at this right here, this is something that's going to happen, right? Similarly. So make sure you are prepared for this level in the event that we do dump. But if we do not dump, then you already know what's going to happen, right? Like this is all algorithmic based, right? We're just trying to understand what these algorithms are trying to do, and we're trying to learn to spot the signs that, hey, an algorithm might, like the algorithms might have flipped bullish. And in that case, it does seem like that would be the case, because October, bullish month, as well as the fact that you have a consolidation pattern in a general uptrend. And this is what I mean by general uptrend. If you take a look at the weekly chart, right, it does not look bearish at all, does it? Right, looks really bullish. You have your high here, you have your low here, and right now you just put in a high. So basically you could literally retrace, let me just draw a fib from, like literally you could retrace all the way back to 1.6 and $1.5, and you wouldn't even break the 0.786 fib level. So this is like when you're ever in doubt, right? Like, oh my god, this is bullish, it's gonna go to zero. Take like zoom out, right? Zoom out, and then you will understand that until you break $1, right? Until you break $1, you are not bearish. Until you form a lower low and a lower high, you are not bearish. So at the moment, it could retrace all the way back to $1 and you wouldn't be bearish, right? So seriously, be prepared. Like these levels that I just gave you, I did not use the fibs to like come up with those levels. In fact, right now I'm just double testing, like just double checking that, hey, you know, the levels that I made actually line up with the fibs. So, well, good on you, good on me, that our levels have confluence. But either way, I just want you to be prepared in the event that we do get something like that. But otherwise, I do think that Cardano is looking really, really bullish. And if you feel like this video has been helpful to you, maybe you've learned a thing or two, it would help me so much if you could just drop a like button. It's a small gesture, but it really, really helps me a lot. And not only that, but if you've been watching my videos and you realize that, hey, this guy seems to be right a lot of the time, and if you just want to get access to more of these market updates, then you're seriously going to want to consider joining the private Discord group. Not only am I giving you like exact, like, you know, daily market updates so that you know what to look out for in the markets so that you can make some informed trading decisions. Not only that, but you're going to get access to profitable trading setups that I call every day, and we are pretty much making money like every single day. And some people have joined this group knowing nothing about trading just like a couple months ago, and right now this is the kind of gains that they're putting out. So all I'm saying is that it's probably going to pay itself off real quick. Not only that, but you're going to get access to a trading education where I lay down everything that I've learned over the years. Over here, you're going to learn what works and discard 90% of the things that don't work. So if you're interested to step up your trading game, get some market updates like in pretty much in real time, as well as get access to all my profitable trading setups, you're going to want to check out the Discord group. The link will be in the description. If you're interested, check it out. For now though, I'm really going to want you to check out this coin right here, right? ADAUSDT on KuCoin, because you know that everyone who watches till the end of my videos, I always give you guys like a bonus. You're going to want to mark down this level right where it's at right now, like 0.271, like 6-ish. Right, and you can see that it has formed an ascending triangle. At the moment, it's retesting this one, so do not sleep on this one. Ascending triangles usually break to the upside. I called this in my private group back when it was here, right? At the moment, it is about to break out, so make sure you pay attention to this coin, because once it pops, I do believe that it has the potential to pop like really hard, because this is a pattern that I spotted on the daily chart. So immediately, right off the bat, you're going to want to mark down that level, and at the moment, it is going for the retest, but otherwise, remember what I said earlier about expansion, consolidation, expansion, consolidation. If you miss this entry by the time this video gets out, then you just look for consolidation patterns and buy, you know, the breakout. So the take profit targets for this coin is going to be at 0.304, 0.335, 0.36, about 5-ish, 0.4, 0.43, 0.474, 0.55, and 0.689-ish, right? And if you feel like I've given you enough value and you just want to help me out a little bit, it would help me a lot if you could just comment down in the comment section PRE. This will help the YouTube algorithm a lot, but if you don't want to do so, that's fine as well. But if you do, I'd be immensely grateful. I hope this video has been enlightening or insightful, but may the gains be with you, my friend, and peace.